or ITBS, and 4 easy pain relief tips. So, executive mums, we often face some challenges which lead to, well, demanding expectations from us for our career, for our personal life. There's a lot of running around. You need to keep up with your physical fitness, to run around after your children, to be in a high stress job as well. Sometimes all this can lead to joint and spinal pain. And one of the conditions that's commonly seen, especially in the more physically active group of moms, is the iliotibial band syndrome, or ITBS. Now, you might wonder why I'm talking about ITBS, where we usually talk about spinal and nerve pain, is because ITBS. Okay, let me just tell you what this condition is, and then I'll explain why we're talking about this and some tips to overcome or manage the pain from ITBS. ITBS, or iliotibial band syndrome, is pain in the iliotibial band, which runs from your hip joint to your knee joint. So basically, on the outer aspect of your thigh. So your hip joint, because some people think of the gluteal muscles and as hip joints. So there's a little bit of confusion around there. So if you look at the upper seam of your pants, so that line that runs along the outer thigh when you're wearing trousers, where that line ends, that is your hip joint. So if you put your hand over there and move your leg so that your toes are facing in or facing out, if you rotate your leg in that manner, you will find the movement around that upper part of the thigh where it is attached. Sorry, upper part of the thigh bone where it is attached to your pelvis, that is the hip joint. So from there, there is a thick band of fibrous tissue running down to the outer part of your knee, that is known as the iliotibial band. And pain in that is known as ITBS, or iliotibial band syndrome. All right, so I've covered this in details in my previous video. If you've missed it, you can go to my YouTube channel and have a look there, or any of my social media profiles, you'll have that video there. All right, so today we're going to share 4 effective pain relief strategies to manage ITBS. Before I get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their back, neck, and nerve pain. And of course, I speak about joint pain as well. I do all of this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modification tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain journey. And I do all of this without taking away a big chunk of your time because, hey, we're moms, we're busy people, right? Okay, so let's talk about tip number 1 is activity modification. It is very, very important because you might be doing everything for pain relief, but if you do not modify the activity that is causing your ITBS, you're just going to go run around in circles. You will not get that 100% relief that you potentially can if you look at activity modification as well. So, ITBS is an overuse or a repetitive strain injury. So I have covered the details in my previous video, but just to give you a brief idea, if you are say you are overusing your ITBS, say you've started running a longer distance than what you usually do, or if you're not a runner and you've started running, and if you have, say, flat feet, or there is some kind of biomechanically misalignment is present in your feet that can go up the chain and manifest as ITBS. So take a break from the activity that aggravates or exacerbates your pain, or if not possible, then reduce that activity, because that will help in letting that ITB, the iliotibial band, rest a little bit. If you have acute pain, please consider taking a complete break from high impact activities such as running or sports that require repetitive knee bending. And this will allow your body to rest to prevent further aggravation or irritation of the IT band. And of course, it will give you some time for your inflammation to subside, for your body to heal the iliotibial band pain. Now, yeah, obviously, if you can take a break from that activity, that's great. And when you get back into it, go back slowly and gradually so you don't aggravate the ITB again. All right. The other thing you can do is, if you've heard me talk about any pain, you would know I do talk about this a lot. Use a cold pack. It is one of the simplest yet most effective pain relief modality out there. I'm not saying it's going to take away your 100% of your pain, but it can ease the inflammation in the area. There's a lot of science behind why and how that works. I'm not going to go into this in this video. If you want to have a look at that, go to my YouTube channel and have a look at the cold pack videos that I've done. So cold pack will help to reduce the inflammation in the area. Inflammation is a combination of symptoms, the main ones being swelling and pain, redness, etc. There are five of them. But if you are reducing the pain and swelling in the area, of course, the inflammation is going to reduce, and that is exactly what we're looking for with pain relief. So, number three is consider your footwear. So, evaluate your footwear, especially if you have flat feet. Try and replace your running shoes, or if you're into sports, some of the sports, there can be a lot of high impact on your feet and your shoes, especially where you're jumping or constantly running. So try and replace your footwear every well, depends on how you use it. So I would not give you a number, but very well, frequently. So that will also reduce the amount of strain that you feel on your ITB. If you want to know when is it time to replace your footwear, again, I've done a video on that, a blog on that. Have a look at my YouTube channel and you'll come across that. So when you choose a shoe, try and choose a shoe that gives a good arch support, especially if you have flat feet, and of course those with a little bit of a cushion, because whatever happens at the base, that is at your feet, will impact everything on top. So your body's like building blocks. Whatever happens at the bottom will influence the blocks on the top as well. So don't think something's happening in the feet and it's not going to affect you in the spine. um, Oh, yeah. Another thing I said at the beginning, just backing up here, is how is ITB pain related to your spine? As I said, the ITB runs from the outer part of your thigh, so basically from your hip joint to your knee joint. Your hip joint is closely related, is basically your hip joint is in relation to your lower back. If you look at it, your lower back goes and attaches to the pelvis. The pelvis is attached to your hip joint. So whatever's happening at the hip joint, if your IT band is tight, it's going to pull on that hip joint, and it's going to create imbalances around your pelvis, and that can translate into your lumbar spine as well. So that is another reason why, if you have that outer thigh pain and you have back pain, the two could be related potentially. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, your fourth tip is self massage. Now, unless your doctors told you not to, say you have varicose veins or other issues, surgeries, fractures, etc., in that area that haven't healed completely, a very simple yet effective way of managing ITB syndrome at home is self massage. You could use a tennis ball, you can use a massage ball, you can even do foam rolling. Right, so basically, what happens is these stimulate deep tissue massage in the area, because this is a bigger and a more it's an area where if you're trying to massage yourself, it is not as effective, because the angle of the hand is such that you won't be able to exert pressure, deep pressure, for a longer period of time. So take a tennis ball. You could be standing against a wall sideways and then doing mini squats so the ball rubs against your outer thigh, or you could be lying down, and lying down you can do your foam, I mean standing as well, you can do your foam rolling, and that will help you. So basically, go slow and steady. Don't just rub the ball up and down your outer thigh. You want it to actually dig in. All right. So those were the four easy tips. There are a couple more which I have written a blog on this topic, and I have left those tips in that blog. I will leave the link in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you can't find it on these platforms, please do come back, and I'll just message me, and I'll send the link to the blog to you. That blog also has a link where you can join my free community. In that community, I have done a full training on foam rolling, of course, not just for ITB, but for other areas of the body as well. So that could be a useful one, because once you go out on YouTube and Google, there are like so many videos. And if you're at the beginner level, it can get confusing. So have a look at that. There are a couple of other free trainings as well. I mean, you'll have access to all my free trainings in that community. And these trainings are pertaining to your spinal, that is back and neck, and joint pain. Alrighty, if you have any questions, any comments, do let me know, and I'll be happy to help you out. And that's all I have for you today. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.